Aarti Devi lived a simple life. Her small house stood witness to her quiet days. Her son, Rajesh, worked in the bustling city. He promised a better life for them both. Aarti Devi held on to that promise, her heart heavy with each passing day. Rajesh rarely visited. "Busy ma," he would say, his voice distant over the phone. Aarti Devi understood. City life was demanding. She would spend her days tending to her small garden. The jasmine flowers reminded her of Rajesh's childhood. He always loved their fragrance. Sometimes she would cook his favorite dishes. Just the thought of him brought a bittersweet ache to her heart. She yearned for his presence, his laughter, his stories. But the city lights seemed to have cast long shadows, separating them more with each passing day. Aarti Devi sighed, her wrinkled hands clutching the faded photograph of a much younger Rajesh. Life felt like a half-told story, incomplete and wanting. The morning sun painted the sky in hues of gold and orange. Aarti Devi, her prayer beads in hand, walked towards the temple. A sudden dizziness overcame her, the world spinning into a blur. She stumbled, falling onto the unforgiving road. Pain shot through her ankle. Tears welled up, blurring her vision further. People passed by, their faces etched with indifference. Just when despair threatened to engulf her, a hand reached out. A young man, his face etched with concern, helped her up. "Are you all right, Amma?" he asked, his voice gentle and reassuring. Aarti Devi, her heart overflowing with gratitude, could only nod. He carefully helped her to a nearby bench. He examined her ankle, his touch gentle and careful. "Don't worry, Amma," he said, a reassuring smile lighting up his face. "It's just a sprain." The young man, whose name Aarti Devi later learned was Vijay, helped her back home. He even insisted on cooking her a simple meal. As he moved about her kitchen, his movements were sure and efficient. He reminded her so much of Rajesh. Yet, there was a difference. Vijay's eyes held a kindness that touched her soul. They ate together, Vijay listening patiently as Aarti Devi spoke about her life, her Rajesh. He didn't interrupt, his silence speaking volumes. When it was time for him to leave, Aarti Devi held his hand, her heart full of gratitude. "You remind me of my son," she confessed, her voice thick with emotion. Vijay smiled, his eyes reflecting a wisdom beyond his years. "I am just someone who still has time for his mother," he said simply. Later that evening, Aarti Devi's phone rang. It was Rajesh. "Ma," he began, his voice rushed. "I'm so sorry, I'm caught up with work. I'll try to visit next month, I promise." Aarti Devi listened, a strange calmness washing over her. For the first time, his apologies rang hollow. She thought of Vijay, of his simple act of kindness, of the genuine concern in his eyes. Aarti Devi made a choice. "It's all right, beta," she said, her voice firm yet gentle. "I understand." She disconnected the call, a sense of liberation washing over her. She realized that sometimes strangers could remind us of the values we hold dear, values that time and distance could blur but never erase. Values like love, compassion, and the importance of cherishing our loved ones before it's too late.